We live in a golden age of nerd culture, where once I may have had to fight my dad for control of the CD player to listen to the 3-disc Final Fantasy VI soundtrack, fighting off statements like, how can you listen to this bips and boops like it's music? We now have video game musical performances happening at concerts and symphony halls. Video Games Live, MagFest, Flute Guy and his ever-growing collection of strange flutes. Hell, look, I've been lucky enough to partner with the folks at Town Hall and give away tickets at the World's Greatest Gamer to events like Shovel Knight Steel Lake Concert and an evening of Final Fantasy music. But the cross-section of games as art and music as art extends beyond these high-ticket, high-attendance items. They can happen at bars, black box theaters, and even a gaming lounge in New York City, where some of the best and brightest musicians just show up and are ready to jam. That's exactly what I found when I went to OS NYC to check out VGM Jam Sessions, an ever-growing community of like-minded musicians looking to jazz up and jam out to gaming tunes. It was a chance to relive my favorite games live, loud, and with zero ability to keep my emotions in check. Welcome to the Bizarrecade, your home for culture, history, and nerds. And culture is the key word here. Music has been embedded in gaming culture ever since the release of Rally X, recognized as the first game to include continuous background music. Since then, the works of masters in the field like Koji Kondo, David Wise, and the legendary Nobuo Uematsu have influenced generations of composers and musicians inside and outside the industry. Now, I knew I was in for a treat when I reached out to the VGM Jam Sessions crew. You know, we both share a home at OS NYC, and 90% of my Spotify rap for the last 3 years have been jazz covers of video game tunes. I was not prepared for how special this night was actually going to feel.
Hey friends and folks, I'm here in the heart of New York City, more like the downtown of New York City. I'm here south of Houston. Typically when I'm on my way to OS NYC, it's to do the World's Greatest Gamer, live on the second Friday of every month, check it out. But this is a little bit different because I am actually going to be a spectator at an event. I am heading to check out VGM Jam Sessions. I'm going to get to sit down a little bit to talk with the founder of this, Jasper, as well as Shango, who's the operations manager. I don't know what to expect, but I know I'm excited. I know this is right up my alley and I can't wait. So let's check it out.
This was specifically a Square Enix themed event. We're talking Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Chrono Trigger, all played by some ridiculously talented musicians who love this music. And at a place where you can grab a cocktail and play Tekken between sets. But I may have gotten a little ahead of myself. Before I get into the events of the night, let's back up a little bit. What exactly is VGM Jam Sessions?
We're actually going to bring up the ringleader of the whole VGM Jazz crew, and that is Jasper Dukes.
Can you tell the people who you are and just a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Jasper Dutz. I also go by Shogo. My gamer tag and online name is Champion Shogo. I created VGM Jams NYC with a bass player friend of mine, Tyler Loopy, who's a competitive Melee player.
So my technical title is the operations manager. So pretty much I handle any of the walk-ins at the door, checking the tickets. I also try to manage the jam session that goes on. We're actually going to be seeing that later on.
We started this in October 2021.
Okay.
And I can't take full credit for the founding of the community.
The VGM Jam Sessions actually started with this very prolific jazz musician, Patrick Bartley, with his group J Music Ensemble. And
I'm familiar with J Music, yes.
Yeah.
I've seen their stuff.
So they started the sessions back in 2018 over in the Lower East Side by this cafe named Black Cat.
And when the pandemic hit, etc., a lot of those people were like, we need another thing to go to after. We started with just a simple goal of like, we want to just have a space where musicians from all walks of life can come kind of play in a jazz-ish framework, but we've gone way beyond just jazz now. And yeah, just jam out, have a good time, play some games and play some music. And that was the original mission, and it continues to still be the mission, except with a much larger framework now.
so cool. It's so cool to get to be at one of these. I'm stoked. And so, like, this is definitely not going to be the last time I come out, but, like, it's cool what they do. It's cool how this all comes together. It's so community-driven, which is such a big part of it. You don't see a lot of that. Gaming still can feel insular, so it's so great.
Now, before we start the jam session, we have a little bit of a special announcement. As y'all know from the last session, we announced that we officially started an Indiegogo campaign for our upcoming album. And as a little reminder, it's coming next week. So the campaign's almost done. So if y'all would like to donate, please, if you can, of course. But we got a little bit of incentive for today, because with us, we have the merch that is a part of our campaign, our special edition, shiny VGM Jam NYC logos. And yes, I'm talking full shiny Rayquaza colors. Now, I'm not even going to announce the first song in this session. I feel like it's got to speak for itself. Because you already know, it's Square Enix night. And of course, we're going to be starting off with Chrono Trigger. So I'm just going to announce the people, and we're going to get started. Let's get Charles Ritz on the alto sax. Let's go get Ellie on the violin, Pete Babinski on the guitar, Jamie Aster on the piano, Alex on the bass, and Chris on the drums.
But one thing I didn't realize, it's not just the house band performing. People are actually rolling up with instruments to jam with them later. So like there's a bit of like a bring your own music kind of thing going on. I guess now in the conversations we've had, it makes sense contextually. I don't think I put two and two together. That's on me. But this is really cool. So like you'll look around, there are a lot of people who just showed up with their instruments.
The way it works is that the musicians are all in a Discord together, and the community can request songs and ideas. There is a community lead, in this case Shango, who picks the songs, picks who does what, and the rest are off to the races from there.
I'm also the person that is mainly in charge of the VGM real books that we have for our sessions as well. I help compile all the music together.
Awesome. So do you ever play as well, or you just...
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Literally off screen for the people at home. Off screen is my horn right by my by my station. Yeah.
It's not just the standard stuff you'd expect too. I'm sure there were guitars, a drum set, flutes, trumpets, etc. But then you had this violin or an electric marimba, which I didn't even know exist. I got to meet Ezra, who rolled in with a freaking keytar, which is just badass, and then used it with a vocoder to sing simple and clean, like the love child of Peter Frampton and Denver the Last Dinosaur. Hell, there was a tap dancer who rolled in with a full tap floor and traded percussion solos with the equally talented drummer to the Chrono Trigger soundtrack. My mind was blown. It was really impressive to see people meet for the first time, decide 5 seconds before performing who would take what solo and how the measures will play out. It was kind of like musical improv, but the good kind with basic structure and a framework that helps set the scene, not the kind your ex-boyfriend got obsessed with after his buddy Chaz got him to take a class at UCB. It's chaotic, it's beautiful, and it makes me wish I bothered to learn a musical instrument beyond just around Mario Paint.
50 plus people show up every month.
Awesome.
So it's been really great. We're branching out to doing some other events outside of OS as well. But yeah, it's been quite a journey.
That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm almost jealous a little bit because I host something next Friday here at OS, and I'm not drawing 50 people on a Friday night. It's hard. It's hard
a
sometimes.
rough space sometimes too for coexisting with all the sweaty gamers.
Yeah.
But you know, I've definitely been one of those sweaty gamers many times.
I am a sweaty gamer.
Yeah.
I over sweat. When you're coming to pick up like a set list, right? Because I know you guys post a set list online and stuff like that. What goes into that, and how do you balance the songs you know people want to hear with the songs you want to play? Like I know, for instance, no one's ever going to really want to hear the Lost Vikings theme, but I still find that as an absolute jam.
Sure,
so like how do you balance between what I want to play and what I know the world wants?
No, that's a really good question. That's something that constantly we're always talking about, me and Shango, Shango is really the person who manages the set lists for the jam and organizes all of that.
I made the spreadsheet that people could sign up for to pick what tunes that they want to play on, and then from there, I try to see which are the most popular, which are people's priorities, and try to build it off of that.
Are there ever like certain songs or something where like not a lot of people are asking for it, but
absolutely,
I love this song.
That's only whenever like the priorities are all over the place, which it's every single month. It's always all over the place.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure you got a wild mix of people.
Yeah. So whenever that happens, I'm like, you know what? Of these two songs that are like equal priority, I'm gonna go with this one because I think it's a go. But I try to let the priorities of the community kind of dictate it more so than my own bias.
We like to try to offset by allowing our house bands to be very flexible with their programming.
Okay.
Like the house band we're about to hear is totally whatever Mark wanted to play within the theme of Square Enix games. So like, I think a lot of the really deep cuts happen in that sense, and we're not like a super exclusive like if people want to play on the stage, like just hit me up on Discord. I mean, we're currently booked for the rest of the year, but like whatever we have
for the rest of the year already.
Every house band is already booked.
It's just great to see raw passion and creativity come to a head here in person. Everyone that showed up has a love and knowledge of musical theory and the art form of jazz, as well as an understanding of why we are drawn to the tunes from our youth. They grew up with them and get that both types of music were designed to explore space and make us feel. But whether it's the joyous, surreal, yet smooth, funky fusion of Herbie Hancock's Chameleon, or the epic leitmotif-filled orchestral cacophony that is the final battle with Kefka, there is an element of experienced emotion that drives both ends of this music. And events like this prove that video game music isn't just background noise, it is art.
What does the future hold for VGM Jam Sessions?
Honestly, it's we're actually trying to look into the possibility of going nonprofit and trying to bring some sense of like music education into it as well. Because we personally, and I'm not sure if Jasper has said this, but we found that video game music actually works as a really good, music education tool to kind of familiarize people to the type of music that is out there, especially when it comes to jazz. There's so many connections that are made with a lot of Japanese video game music, and it comes, and the connection to the jazz world. It's a way that it's something that not a lot of people see, but like when you make the connection, it's like it's still music. It's still like absolutely like amazing music.
It's unbelievable. It's you don't have something like Mario, like the Mario theme, so embedded in the zeitgeist that my mom knows how it goes.
Yep.
And not think it has cultural impact.
I'm pretty sure that's like some type of litmus test. It's like, does your mom know about it?
Yeah. Right. Does she call it all Nintendo? Probably, but that's fine. And with that, the night's over. Oh, wow. What a show. By the time we air this, they're actually going to have an album out, Player's Guide. So be sure to check it out. This wild everything. Guitar, tap dancing, vocoder, like nuts. The video game music community lives on. It's like a mini MagFest every month. Pretty exciting stuff.
VGM Jam Sessions is something really special. It's a celebration of gaming, music, and pure, unfiltered passion for the art of the video game soundtrack. If you're in New York City and you love video game music, do yourself a favor and check them out because they do shows regularly. But there are also chapters all over the US, so if you are interested in seeing it yourself or are a musician that wants in on the action, I'll go ahead and put a Zelda in the description below. Check it out and find a chapter near you. Also, if you like this video, hit like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what your dream video game set list would be. Until next time, stay cool, stay hip, stay heavy.